Hey friends, it's Christian here. So there's a class being taught at Yale called the Science of Well-Being. It's often called the Happiness class. It's taught by a woman named Laurie Santos, and it's actually Yale's most attended class. It's free, you can do it online at your own pace, and I highly recommend it. And while I won't be covering any of the specifics of the class in the next 3 minutes, I do want to talk about why it's so exciting. They call it the happiness class, but happiness is often just a byproduct of well-being. It springs forth from other factors, things like gratitude, integrity, living purposefully, feeling healthy, and feeling empowered to live the life you want. So if it's happiness that you want, it helps to know just how well-being is attained. We often live in an unnecessarily dualistic society. Eastern versus Western medicine or philosophy, science versus religion, left versus right. People often believe or act like this duality is caused by concrete, irrefutable differences, unbridgeable gaps, seemingly impossible to cross. So what I'm so excited about is that studies and ideas like this, and us shining the light more on them, allows us to close the chasms caused by our own ignorance and lack of context. It reminds me of that old TV ad, "The more you know." I teach yoga, and it's been really rewarding to see the scientific method and rigor being applied to some of these ancient philosophies and practices, only to see time and time again the correlation and proof that certain practices are powerful tools that stand the test of time. Also, as they slowly become accepted into our culture as valid and worthwhile, we've been able to see people from all walks of life benefit from these practices. I've been fortunate enough to work with people with addiction, with trauma, and sometimes just general, I'd like to get my life together. And guess what? It's almost all the same shit. The beauty of classes like this is that because we have all this information at our fingertips and can correlate it across continents and cultures, what begin to emerge are threads of truth, ideas and practices that can move beyond borders, and if we allow them to, into our everyday lives. What I love about this is it allows us to appreciate and understand the why behind some things we may find foreign or unfamiliar. It allows us to identify the meaning and purpose behind some of these practices and then recognize them as not much different than our own. Albert Einstein once famously said, "Science without religion is lame, and religion without science is blind." And the more we remain curious about how miraculous this cosmic journey is and open to those connections, the less likely we are to end up lame or blind. Because it's important to acknowledge that others are on the same cosmic journey. And then identifying the golden threads that connect us through time and space and sharing them generously with your fellow travelers becomes a noble and powerful way to walk through this journey together. Wellness, true wellness, becomes a gateway to happiness. And that state of happiness, embodied by us, becomes a beacon for others. And simply by becoming well, we become instruments to light up the path for others who may be lost in the dark. So go out there, be well, and I'll see you tomorrow for another 3 minutes of the light.